Hey everybody, Christina here for video number 5 in the Craft Room Redo series. In this video we're going to be going over my actual craft room side of my office space. In video number 4 of the series I went over the office area, so if you want to check that out I'll be a link below along with the other videos from this series. But we're just going to pick up right where we left off with it, which is right with my sitting area, which is my wicker chair from Scott's grandmother. So right next to the wicker chair is my Ravkov cart. And I hope I say that right because I think I get it wrong every single time. And currently I'm using that for my Project Life. So let's go ahead and move in and I will show you what I am storing on my cart. Okay, so this is my Ravkov cart. I got it at IKEA and it is fabulous for storing just about anything. Originally I was using it to store all of my Stampin' Up stamps, but I've switched this over to be all Project Life. On this top part right here, I have some Project Life kits, like my Stampin' Up, along with another little accessories kit that goes with my Stampin' Up. I picked up these little refrigerator bins from IKEA, or not from IKEA, I'm sorry, Bed Bath & Beyond, and they're great for storing the 3x4 cards. So I have those sorted by the little cards. Some of them are sorted by the name of the kit, or the name of the kit. So I have 2 of those right on the top of my cart. And they're perfect because I could just flip through them and see exactly what I am looking for. Alright, on the second shelf of my cart, I have my 4x6 cards, and these are just a little mix of everything on this section. And then I have a little box that has a whole bunch of different tags and tabs that a long time ago I sorted it by color, and I put them in these little bags. And they're just inside this little box that I picked up at Michael's. It was a Recollections, I believe is the brand, and I've had it for a while now, and it's cute and the perfect size for just storing these little bits and pieces in. And this is the lid that's underneath here. And on the other side, I have another one of those little baskets that I got from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's one of those 3 inches by, I think it's 12 inches. I'm not 100% sure. And let me just turn this around and I'll show you how I have this stored on the other side. Okay, so on the other side, I have another one of those longer fridge bins. And like I said, I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond, and I've had them for a while. I used them for various things since I've had them, but I found they work great for Project Life. So I took my 4x6 cards and separated them by the kit name and have them sorted right inside of here. So that makes it really easy for me to grab my stuff that I'm working on and flipping through if, you know, I'm looking for something that coordinates with whatever I'm working on. Then on the very bottom of the shelf of the cart, I have another bin that I picked up from, I believe I ordered this one from Amazon. And I like it. It's not the same type of handle. No, I'm sorry. I did not order this from Amazon. I actually got this at Bed Bath & Beyond too because I wanted this size. It's a little bit wider. So it was being used before for some more Project Life stuff. But what I did was I took all of my stamps that are my Studio Calico and Allie Edwards and put them all right inside here. These are all stamps I generally use for Project Life, so I wanted them right at hand. I have some background stamps here. I have a Close to My Heart stamp set that I like to use for my Project Life. I have another one of those bins from Michael's, and in here is where I tucked all of my little $5 stamp sets, because a lot of these I know will be great for working, and these are paper tray ink, by the way. These are going to be great for working with my Project Life and using them for smaller things like that. Then on the side over here, I have some more Project Life stuff. This is like a little Christmas kit, and these are all different types of cards and stuff. I keep my Project Life cart right in front of my window, which is right next to my sitting area. And then on the floor next to that, I have just a 12x12 holder that has some of the pages and inserts and stuff like that for my Project Life albums. Next to that area is my Expedite, and then above that is my Making Memories Embellishment Center. So I'm going to go over that next. So on top of my embellishment center, I have these 2 little glass jars that I picked up at Michael's for 99 cents. They were just really cheap, and I picked those up when I was out shopping over the weekend with my sister. We had a little Saturday craft shopping day, and I found those for really cheap, 70% off. But anyway, what I'm storing on my Making Memories shelf here is I'm storing all of my glitter on the very top section. The second row to that is my, it's just more glitter. It's just a miscellaneous stuff. I have some Stampin' Up! Glitter, Ranger glitter, and that little bird there in the corner, that is actually my pin cushion. The next shelf are my stickles, my paint daubers, and my liquid pearls. I don't use my stickles very much, so I don't really worry about keeping them upside down, but I do like to use them every once in a while. So I know they're supposed to be really better if they're kept upside down because it keeps the air out of them. So in the next row, I have my Mr. Huey's sprays along with some of my favorite older, I mean, I've had these for a long time, the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. And then below that, I have some Distress stains, which I really haven't used, but I really want to get into using. And then the very last row are all of my Stampin' Up! Ribbon and trims. So the next thing I want to show you is my Expedite, and what I have on top of my Expedite is my sewing machine, and I made that cover for that sewing machine back when I got it, so one of these days I'll find material that matches my room and I'll redo it, but I kind of like the purple. It kind of goes with some of my boxes that I have in here. Next to that is my Big Shot, which I now have a great little area for die cutting, and I've already used it when I was working on making my banner and stuff. And then next to that is this little tray, and that tray I found at Hobby Lobby for 50% off, and it's perfect for putting stuff in that I recently purchased that I still want to make sure I give a try. So I picked up couple of things that I want to play with and try and use, like a glitz roller and some of that Memento Luxe inks. So, and I also find some Tim Holtz stuff that was on clearance at Joann's. So that is all stored right there because I know those are things that I want to try to use very soon. And that tray then I could just pick up and put right on my desk when I'm working. Okay, so the next thing I want to go over is my different sections of my Expedite. I have the Expedite that has the 8 sections. It's can be stood up or laid down flat like I'm doing with mine, so I have an additional work surface. And on this first section right here, I got these little kind of tweed looking baskets from Hobby Lobby when they were on clearance for like $5, and I really liked the black and white, and at one point I thought I was going to go with the black and white theme in my craft room, but I ended up changing that. But what I did was I took all of my embellishments that I'm still using and still want to use, and things I'll use for Project Life, like labels and stuff like that, and they're all inside this basket, and they're right by my desk, so I could just easily grab things and use them. Next to that, I have my little Fiskars stamp press right there. And then right here is my mat that I use when I'm filming. I don't really like to have this standing or leaning over because it will get warped, so I kind of push that basket to keep it in place. This next section, which is another one of those baskets that I got from Hobby Lobby, it's a little bit smaller, but this one I picked up, and I'm using this one for all of my thickers, so I have them all stored in here, and I have not purchased thickers in forever, because honestly, with the amount I have, I really don't think I ever need to buy another package of thickers again. Okay, this basket right here I've had for a long time, and I've been using it just the way it is since I got it, which is my 6x6 paper pads and 8x8 paper collections, and I just keep them all right inside here. Every once in a while I go through them and take out the ones I'm not going to use. I usually share them with my mom, but these are all of them that I currently have. I can never part with October Afternoon. That's like one of my favorites. And so I have a whole bunch of in here that I am, still wanting to use and looking to create some stuff with. This next section is another one of those bins from Hobby Lobby, and in here is where I keep all of my wood veneers. Some of them I still have not put into containers. They're kind of just sitting out in the open. But I use these jewelry containers here, and they're great for sorting if you like to sort by the different packages that you get, or if you want to sort by the shape or whatever. So they're all in here. I have 2 of these filled with wood veneers, and I swear I use these all the time and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere, but that's okay. In the back are some ones that I found on clearance and stuff like that. So I keep these right inside here and in a handy spot for when I'm crafting. Okay, so I'm now in the bottom sections of my Expedite, and I picked up these units or these little drawer sections shortly after I bought my Expedite, and it's great. I'm not really too keen on the drawers because they're kind of short and they don't, or kind of small, and they don't really hold a lot, but they're great for just storing those little things. So down in the bottom drawer and in this top drawer here, these are all flowers. So I keep all of my flowers here. I did go through and got rid of a ton of them. All of my white ones are down on the bottom, and all of my colored ones, which I don't have many of anymore, are up on the top. And I don't use flowers as much as I used to when I was doing altered things like frames and stuff like that. So maybe someday I'll get back into using them. And I kept all of my white ones because I know I can stain those to be different colors. Okay, these next two sections are all 12 by 12 cardstock, pattern paper, and specialty paper. I keep them all right here. I have these little containers here that I got from Oriental Trading a couple years ago, and I originally had 3 sections of my Expedite filled with this kind of stuff. I did reduce it down to 2 sections, mainly because some of the things that I just kind of combined. I didn't really get rid of too much of my cardstock this time because I had recently done it not too long ago. But I keep like in this section right here, I have my American Crafts cardstock. This is all solid cardstock. This little section right here has all of my specialty paper like glimmer, corkboard, anything special that's not normal paper crafting stuff. So this section right here is where I keep all of my Stampin' Up! Pattern paper, and I started storing these collections in these little clear pouches that you can get at Michael's, and I know Joann's, and I think AC Moore might have them too, and Hobby Lobby. So what I did was I just sorted them by the collection so that I knew what they were. So they're right there. And then I have this section. This one right here has kind of a mix of everything in it. It's not really anything that was sorted, or things when I was sorting a long time ago I didn't know what to do with. So it's kind of like my mix of things. Sometimes they were kits from like Studio Calico or something like that. And then this one right here, and this is a question that everybody asks. This one right here has first section. Let me turn it this way so you can see it better. First section has journaling cards. So I sorted all of my papers that have journaling cards so that you can so that I can quickly go through when I'm working on Project Life and I'm looking for something different than what I have in my Project Life cart. I can look through here. Then I have another section here that has all those stickers that come in the 12 by 12s. They're all here, and I really don't use them too much. I had tried to get into using them. Because I have some that I've used, and it's not really one that I'm totally, I don't know, I love stickers, but I don't think, just something about them. But I am going to really try hard. I have some specialty shaped pattern paper back here. And then this is the question that everybody asks. How do I store my scraps? Most scraps for my pattern paper, what I do is I take these little binder dividers, the little page protectors that you can get at Staples, and I sort the scraps by color. Sometimes they're just a half sheet because I cut it down to make it a little bit better to use. So that's how I store my scraps, and I have them sorted in here by different, a whole bunch of different colors, because I originally was keeping them with the colors when I was separating stuff, but now it's just sorted by color in one section. So I just keep them right at the very end. This is my final one that I have my cardstock in. And a long time ago I did a video on how I organized my 12 by 12 paper. And if I remember, I will try to link it down below so you can watch it. But what I did was I just kind of sorted my pattern paper by color, and I have facing out the pattern that I would like the best. So sometimes I liked both sides, and if I had 2 sheets, I put them in both sections. But mostly they're facing out to which way the color that I would, like the side that I preferred the best, and then sorted by the colors. So I did that for this whole thing. So all of them, you can see I made little tabs here, and they're all sorted like that. And then the final section to my Expedite, and it's the last bottom drawer, is another one of those little units that you can purchase to go inside of it. And I don't attach mine because how many times I changed my room, I'm always looking to be able to move these to whatever section I want to. But this top drawer, I have all of my tags and bags, and I don't have a ton because I did haven't been buying and using what I have. So I have my glassine bags, my envelopes. I even have some specialty envelopes in here from a die cut. Little treat bags. So I keep all of that right inside of here. I have even these little snack bags there. Then this bottom drawer is, whoops, I was in there, that's why it got stuck. But this bottom drawer is where I keep my spools of crochet thread and my paper tray ink felt. And let me just get you angled at it better so you can see it. So I have all my felt in here, and then I have those spools of crochet thread. So right next to my desk, this is my craft desk that's right here, and right next to it I have this little file folder sorter, and I got that at Target a couple months ago, and it's meant so you can put hanging file folders in it. But what I did was I took all of my paper tray ink cardstock and just lined them up in there, and eventually I'm going to get some file folders to sort them out. But I'm keeping them right now the way I've always stored them, which I've shown in previous videos. They're done in the page protectors that would go into a binder, and all I do is I just cut off the edge and then sort them right inside there, and I have my scraps in there as well and my full sheets. So they're all very handy, and then I just keep them all stored right inside there. And then next to, or right in front of that, this is, if you're wondering what this wire thing is, it's a paper towel holder, which I want to get a little clip and hang it on the side of my desk so that I have access to my paper towels. Before I move on to talking about my workspace where I actually do my crafting, I thought I would just tell you quickly about my ink storage. I have my ink wall caddy that I got from organizemore.com, and I love this thing, and this is like one of the first big furniture kind of things I purchased when I first really got my craft room, and I have had this thing has been moved into several different locations. It's holding up fantastic. I did have another smaller one that I was using for just my distress inks, but I decided to kind of take that one out of service. I actually gave it to my mom because she doesn't have anything to store her inks in, so I gave it to her. And this one, what I did was I put my distress inks and some of my other types of inks in here. And on the top of that, I also have some of my, mini albums that I created from a long time ago. I have one from 2010, and then another one that was not my very first mini album. I don't remember when I did that one. So, but anyway, that is where I'm keeping my distress inks. And then next to that on the wall, which is kind of on the corner there, is a hook that used to be on the back of my craft room door. And I took that down and use that now to keep that little tote bag. It's a Vera Bradley tote that is one of my favorites. That Plum Crazy is my favorite pattern. And I use that for kind of my craft knitting bag for when I'm working on a project. I'll throw my stuff in there and I can take it wherever I happen to be crafting in the house. So now what we're going to do is go over my best of shelving, and I'm going to try to make this really quick because I don't want to run out of too much time here because I still have a lot to show you. So up above on the top shelf of my Besta unit, I have just a box that has my hot glue gun because I don't use it that much. A picture of Ethan, my very first mini album, which is a Halloween album. A little wire basket that I used to keep my acrylic blocks in, and then 2 other mini albums. Then on the top shelf, I have an empty box. This box right there, that box right there is a box that similar to the ones that I've had before, and they're just these cardboard style boxes that you can get at Michael's. They have a little magnetic closure, and I'll show you more in those when I get to my other Besta unit because I really utilize those the best over there. And then I just have some tins that are some decorations that I got from Michael's. And on the second shelf, I have another tin, a little glass jar that I use from when I'm doing watercoloring. And then I'll show you what I keep inside those 3 boxes right there. Okay, so these 3 boxes are kept, I use these are the ones that you can get from Michael's. They have a little magnetic closure. They always have tons of them. They come out with different styles and patterns every time. So what I did was I took, and I'll explain more in this on the other side, but I just took a label and marked what's inside of them. So this container is where I keep all of my little flares or badges that came in kits or things that I ordered. Some of them are still in the packaging. Some of them are just loose right inside the box. This box right here has all of my sequins, and how I store those is I got this little container that Michael's or Joann's, actually it was Joann's, and it had all of these little jars inside of it, and it's really for jewelry storage, like if you're a beader and you like to make jewelry. That's what it's for. But what I did was I took all my little packages of sequins that I had and put them and sorted them by the different company or colors right inside of here. So that's where I'm keeping all of my sequins. I even have some that are not opened yet that I'm just going to hold on to. I have my little Xyron sticker maker here. And then in this box up here is where I have all of my gelatos, my new obsession. So these next two sections, which are on the other side of my wall unit here, I have another one of these little tins that I've had this one for quite some time. I got it at Michael's a long time ago. But I have inside here these little jars that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I use these for when I'm working on water projects, watercoloring or something like that. So that's what's inside there. This container right here has all of my buttons. I'm not going to show you because you know what a box of buttons look like. And then up here are all of my brads. So I'll pull this one down so you could see. So in this one, I just took all of my brads and just put them right inside here, so they're handy for me. I have October afternoon brads. I have all different, some of them I even have stored in little bags because I've had them forever. They're really old ones. And I'm just not ready to get rid of them because you never know when you're going to need a brad. So that goes up there. And then this right here is another one of those glass containers or pottery containers that I got from Hobby Lobby. And it was the perfect size for keeping all of my little enamel dots and stuff in. So that's where I'm storing all of those. And because I like to use enamel dots, and for whatever reason, if I put them away, I forget to use them. So having them in a glass jar like this and out in the open, I'll be able to use them more. Okay, so next up is my actual desk area. But first I'll tell you about the bar that's going across. That's right underneath my, my Besta wall unit. And I use that for those little buckets that you could buy. That's I think it's a Beagle rail. I used to use those for my punches, but now I'm using that, just one of them, for those little buckets that you can get at IKEA. I have one that's on the right is empty. The middle one has all of my favorite paintbrushes in it, and then the one on the left is my little water bottle and my mister for when I'm cleaning my stamps. I also have on my desk my little, I did have a black one at one time. I changed over to white. It's a long story. I won't even tell you about it because it's boring. But I picked up another one of those, the little tool caddies that you can leave on your desk, the little carousels. I'm not going to go over detail what's in there, but it's just basically scissors and adhesives and stuff like that. I have two lights on my desk. Both of them come from IKEA, so this is one of them. They're really cool because they have those arms that you can bend and adjust. So I have two of those, one on each side of my desk. My mat on my desk, I use a Martha Stewart. It's 24 by 36, so it's a huge mat. This is not what I usually have in my films. I have this just on my desk as my general work area for when I'm just crafting for the fun of it. And then I bring over my black one when I'm ready to do my filming. And then also on top of my desk is my Stampin' Up! Inks along with the re-inkers. And then on the very top, which you probably can't see, is my little ink distress tools. So now I'm going to show you, well, let me show you really quick. You can't really see too well, but in between the glass, like that's the glass top and that's the desk, there's this little gap in there, and that's where I kind of stick stuff. I have my scrubbing pad, I have my cutting board, I have my Stampin' Up! Paper pad, and then my score buddy, which is a smaller scoring tool. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you what's in each of the drawers to my desk. Okay, so I'm going to start at the very bottom and work my way up. I have picked out the Alex drawers that had the units on the bottom that held cardstock, or held hanging files. So I keep all of my cardstock right in here. They're all sorted by color. What I did was I took my one of my punches and just punched out the little tabs and then put them into the little clear holders. And I did in each of the colors so I could see right when I'm sitting at my desk what color is what. And then I just wrote the names on it. So I have everything sorted, no particular order, just kind of sorted here. These are mostly the colors. On the other leg is where I kind of keep my neutral colors. So that's what I keep in the bottom drawers. That's hanging files. And there's even room, you probably can't see, yeah, you can see. There's room in the back if I wanted to have extra things, extra packages of cardstock, I can slip it right back there. This next drawer is kind of like a little bit of everything. I have some tools that have been around for a long time that I just still want to hold on to because you never know. I have back here I have my little Dymo label maker along with the little things that go with it. I have just some, like my Tim Holtz sanding blocks, some extra blades for my trimmers, my silhouette blade. I have this little punching thing from Stampin' Up! And then some bigger tools are back here along with my T-ruler. So I still keep that, kind of like have a junk drawer for my tools. This next drawer is mostly inks, or markers rather, and I have my Stampin' Up! Markers and my Blendabilities in here. These are the iris containers, project containers that you can get at Michael's. Watch for a sale because they always have them on sale for 50% off, and then watch for when they have one of those 20% off your entire order deals. But they're perfect. I have all of the Stampin' Up! Markers, and it holds all of them. And then I have my Blendabilities back here, and then I have my blending pens. Then in the very top drawer of my desk, I have a lot of just miscellaneous smaller tools. I picked up these containers, and I still have the price tag on it. It's from TJ Maxx. I paid $7.99 for them, and they're the perfect size for fitting right inside of my drawers. So they're just about that deep, and there's 2 sections to them, and I left the tag on so I remember to tell you how much they were. For this, what I did is I used it to keep stuff like my Post-it tape, washi tape that I use for like sticking thread down, and then some miscellaneous tools. And they fit perfectly right inside these drawers. And these drawers are about 2 inches deep, as well as just like my other Alex unit I have that I showed you in my office video. And then on the side here is where I keep my baby wipes. This is the container I usually have out on my desk for cleaning up. And I don't generally use my baby wipes for cleaning my stamps. I basically just use them for cleaning off my desk area. I do use them occasionally for background stamps. And then I also have extra packages of that there. So we're going to go ahead and show you the other drawers of my, this would be the other side of my desk. Okay, again, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up. So these are my my files that have my kind of neutral colors and then some colored cardstock in the back. And like I said in the other one, I usually keep extra copies or extra packages of paper right there. And then these are all the ones that are closest to the front here, all of my neutral colors. And again, I did the same thing. I punched out the colors and wrote on them the tabs and then put them right into that section. This next drawer is all embossing powders. So I keep all of the embossing supplies there. This drawer here is kind of my mixed media, even though I don't really do mixed media stuff, but it's where I keep my mixed media stuff for when I'm making cards. I have like my modeling paste, watercolor paint, I have watercolor paper, stencils, distress markers. I still have, I have my Gimasol for working with the pencils, so I keep that all right inside this drawer here. Again, I'm using, for this drawer, I have 2 of those refrigerator bins just tucked in the back, and I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond, so I've had those for a little while. Then the top drawer to my desk is where I kind of keep all of my acrylic blocks are in, again, another one of those double things that I got from TJ Maxx. So I keep those right here, and they're easy to reach. I have my Stamp-A-Majig, my masking tape, my brayer, and also the my little ink daubers are there as well. Okay, so the next section I have is my stamps. Now this is where I used to keep my rails that had all of my punches, and I'll show you those punches in a minute. But now what I did was I took all of those CD, DVD rails that, again, from my craft room is like an IKEA warehouse here. Again, these are from IKEA, and I've showed this shelving kind of system before in another craft room series video. Again, if I think of it, I will link that below. But basically I store all of my stamps in the DVD cases that you can get from tapes.com, as well as my Stampin' Up! Stamps are there as well. Alright, so the very last area to my craft room is my bookcase, which is my best of shelving, but I just wanted to give you a quick tour of what I have up on top. On the wall, originally was my chicken wire display, and when I took that down I still had 2 nails left, and actually the way it worked out, I was able to take that one the one scrapbook layout that I took off the wall on the other side and put it right in between these 2 that I already had, right in between the 2 nails that were already there. And so what I did was I did a nice little display of a couple of my favorite layouts there. So, and those frames I've had for a very long time. I believe I got them ridiculously cheap at Michael's on clearance. So I always look for stuff like that on clearance. On top of my best of shelving, I have my printer, because now it is nice and close to my computer, and I can just quickly print off things, and I can keep it plugged in, because before I was unplugging it and plugging it back in. So next to my printer I have all of my Copic markers, which I've done video, again I've done a video on how I store my Copic markers previously, so you could check that out on my channel. And on top of the Copic markers is one of those little reed diffusers that you have the reeds sticking out of it, and that's a vanilla coconut, and it's so nice and so soft. I really like the smell of that one. So I won't be burning my candles for a little while until that kind of loses it, or if I get tired, I could just put the top back on it. So now I'm just going to go over my bookcase, and my bookcase is done, I have the Best of Shelving set that is not quite as tall. It's probably about 5 feet tall, maybe a little less than that. And there's other styles and versions of this, but I really like this one because, again, I can keep stuff on top of it and I can reach it. But I like that it's in 2 sections. It's a nice size. It does. It's just a nice substantial piece of furniture for the amount of times I've moved it around. It's really holding up very well. So I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you quickly what I keep on those shelves. But first, I just want to share with you next to my Best of Shelving unit is just a little folding table. It's a wooden folding table that I got at Target for just a couple dollars. And on there is where I have my silhouette, which is now nicely located next to my computer again, so that I can start playing with my silhouette. All right, so let me just quickly go over what I have on my Best of Shelving units. Okay, so these are the boxes I was starting to tell you about when I was showing you my wall unit for above my desk. I got these. I have 2 different styles. So the one style is over by my desk, and this style is on my Best of Shelving. And I got these when they were, I think, 60% off. Michael's has tons of these all the time. And they're just a cardboard kind of, a heavy cardboard style box. And it's got a magnetic closure, so everything just kind of stays right inside there. And originally I had punched holes in these and was hanging tags off of them. And the tags kept getting, getting like stuck underneath. So I temporarily right now just adhered these little tabs, and I wanted to see if this was going to work and if I liked it. But they're a EK Success punch for a ticket, and I just punched it out in black cardstock and wrote on there with my white gel pen what's inside of each of the boxes. So this one has all of my ribbon inside. And then this one down here has all of my adhesive. So this is all my like extra adhesive. So I have that all stored right in there, and they just stack nicely on top of each other. This box right here is an empty one, so future storage. And then this one down here has all of my twine. So I have all of my twinery twine I found at TJ Maxx, Lawn Fawn, and different stuff like that. So that's where I keep all of my twine. Going to move over to the other section here right next to it. And in this section, I have my die storage, which is a container that I had from one of my other various room redos. And inside here, I have another one of those containers from Bed Bath & Beyond that's just the refrigerator bins. And I store my dies in here, and I've shown a video on this a long time ago on the storage, so I'll show you that. I'll link that one down below as well. My larger dies are on the side here. They're just in some clear pockets right on the side. I have this little white container here that has my rubbing alcohol. I love this stuff. This is my go-to cleanup for my craft mat for getting all the ink and adhesive off of it. And then the last thing I have are just these 2 jars that I got from the dollar spot at Target, and they have just the baker's twine, or whatever kind of twine that is, from American Craft. So I just keep those stored there. It's a nice little color. These are more of the boxes that came from Michael's, and again, I have them with the little tabs on it. And this box is kind of the medium size to the box options. And in here, I keep all of my tags. I have all my plain tags and my pattern tags. In this box, I have clips, anything that has to do with any kind of clips. I have a whole bag of all these different types of clips, and then miscellaneous stuff in there as well. And then I have a whole box that has nothing but date stamps in it. I was in a really small box, but then I realized I have more date stamps than I thought. So I went ahead and used a bigger size box for those. And they just get displayed here. I can run 3 boxes going across if I ever needed to add more to this. But right now I just have them easily displayed. In this next section, I have just a little white tin that I think I picked up at the Target dollar spot one time. This bin has nothing but washi tape in it, so I have my whole collection of washi tape in here. And then I never need to buy washi tape again, but I always end up buying more. I have a box for thread. This is all thread for my sewing machine. So I keep all of that in one box. And then this next box is all sewing. So let me just show you that. This is all sewing, different kind of sewing stuff, like pins and some supplies that go with my sewing machine, my DMC floss from when I used to do my kind of cross stitch, which I learned like when I was in 5th grade. My 5th grade teacher showed me how to do kind of cross stitch. And then I have a rotary tool for when I, do my attempt to, which was not locked in place. Better close that up. For when I attempt to make a quilt. Someday I want to make a quilt. So those get stored right there. So the shelf below that is where I keep all of my albums. These 2 albums right here are all Project Life from 2012, and I have yet to make labels to go on these because I don't really think I want to keep these albums. I like them, but the design of them, they're bulkier. They're just, the shape of them is just a little, because this is rounded, so it makes it a little bit bulkier versus the ones that I have here, which is We Are Memory Keepers, and on the very end I have a Project Life album. And I really like these because they're a little bit thinner. They don't take up as much space. So, but anyway, I have 2 albums for my 2012 Project Life. This is just an album filled with different scrapbook pages from all different times. This is an album that can be used as an album and not for 2013 Project Life because I really never finished 2013. That is my 2013 Project Life, and this is 2014. In the section next to that is where I keep all of my bigger tools. I have my Big Bite. I have this little bin that I use to kind of keep some miscellaneous tools in, like my envelope maker, my diagonal plate to my scoreboard, a specialty blade for my paper trimmer. I also have my ATG gun as well as my scoreboard there. Okay, in the very bottom of my units here, I changed this out. This originally used to be 2 bins filled with dies. I took all of my dies out and only have 1 bin. I reduced it down to 1 bin. And then I took all of my punches and reduced them down to only the punches I know I'm really going to get some use out of. Everything else went into storage to be used, to be held on to in case I want to use them for something else. So this is all punches. And then the one right next to that, over on this side, is where I have all of my dies. And in here I have also my embossing folders. So I keep my extra plates in here, all of my Tim Holtz dies, some of my longer plates and stuff like that. So that's all kept right inside this basket, which is then stored right on the bottom of my shelves because they're awfully heavy, so it's better just to be able to slide them out, let them rest on the floor, than try to carry them. So that is the official tour of my craft room. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. And I will catch you all in the next video. I'll link everything I can below that I might have mentioned and other videos that will help you with some organizational stuff. If you have any questions, let me know. And if there's anything special you really want me to go into detail about, I'd be happy to do that. Just send me an email or leave a message below on my blog or on YouTube. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you all in the next video.